Hey guys, it's Man89 here and welcome to the Crew 2's Honest Review. The Gold Edition came out yesterday on PC, Xbox One and PS4, and the Standard Edition will be out on June 29th. Now the game is developed by Ivory Tower and it's published by Ubisoft, and the first The Crew game came out 4 years ago, and now we finally have the sequel, which has a completely different storyline, by the way, because on The Crew 2 you play for fame basically, since you try to gain followers by winning races or just doing some crazy shit. So yeah, The Crew 2 is an open world racing game, and this time in addition to cars and motorcycles, it also has boats and airplanes. But anyways, let's get into the review, and we're gonna start with the graphics. This review was shot on PC, 1080p, ultra settings, and I don't know about you guys, but for me, the graphics are simply stunning, especially in cities, and it looks even more impressive when the road is a little bit wet. Also, sometimes it'll start snowing in the middle of a race, and the dynamic weather change looks amazing. You can see how it slowly affects the track and your car too. The only thing that I didn't like about the graphics is the draw distance. In cities you won't notice it, but when you're on an airplane or even just riding a dirt bike in the desert, you'll constantly notice rocks and trees popping up. I mean, that's probably to make sure the game runs smooth at all times, especially since it's an open world game, so it didn't really bother me that much, because honestly the graphics are just great. So I'm gonna give them a 9.5 out of 10, and I'm gonna move on to the sound. We're gonna start with music, and you can find the full soundtrack on YouTube if you wanna listen to it before buying the game, but if you like rock, electro and trap, then you'll probably like the Crew 2's soundtrack. Now honestly, the sound effects are so good on this game that I could probably play it without any background music and never feel that something is missing. I'm gonna let you listen to the game's audio for like 10 seconds before moving on to dialogues. I think the voice acting is great, especially when you don't see the characters on screen, and that's in my opinion because the lip sync job isn't great. I wish they spent a little bit more time on that department. I mean, I'll show you an example for like, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 seconds so you can see what I'm talking about.
Take the keys, my friend, and we'll find out.
So yeah, in my opinion, that's not good enough, but the sound itself is really good, so it's gonna get a 9 out of 10. Moving on to the gameplay, and I mostly played this game with an Xbox One controller, but at some point I wanted to try it with the keyboard and mouse just to see if it's properly playable or not, and yeah, it is. I still prefer the controller though, but I thought I'd let you guys know because maybe some of you will get it on PC, and if you don't have a controller, I don't think it'll be a problem at all. You know, it's fully playable and it's enjoyable too. Now the game has 14 disciplines so far, and they will be adding a new one every 3 months. And speaking of stuff that's gonna be added, keep in mind that at this point in time there's no PvP yet. It'll be added in around 5 or 6 months if I'm not mistaken, and it'll be part of the second big update. For now though, you can form a crew and have some free roam action. Also, if a member completes an event, the rest of the crew will share the success, but other than that, no PvP yet. Now when it comes to your progression, it can be measured by the amount of followers you have. The more popular you get, the more disciplines you unlock, and by the way, there's also a loot system which allows you to get parts to upgrade your vehicles. You can get them after completing an event or just by exploring the world, because there's some kind of treasure hunt thingy. But anyways, the Crew 2 has cars, motorcycles, boats and airplanes, but keep in mind this is an arcade racing game, so don't expect any realistic physics or anything like that, but it's a fun game and it's got tons of variety, and the possibility to quickly switch between vehicles is great, and all around I have to say the gameplay is really good. That's why it's gonna get a 9 out of 10. There's a lot of stuff to do on this game. There are treasure hunts that encourage exploration. There's also a photo album, because sometimes you can take pictures and get paid for them, and the pics you take in game are actually saved. There's also a live app that saves the last 10 minutes. Then you can edit that and upload it or share it, you know, online with your friends. But anyways, let's get back to the content, because every month we'll be getting 2 new vehicles, and also every 3 months there will be a new discipline and a new game feature. So even after you're done with the game, which will probably take tons of hours, you'll still have a reason to play it again whenever a new update is out. So in my opinion, that adds a lot to the replayability value, and that's why I'm gonna give it an 8.5 out of 10. Now when it comes to the fun factor, if you like racing games, especially the arcadey ones, then you'll love the Crew 2. I didn't get bored at all while playing it, since there's always something to do out there, and all disciplines are fun to play, and that's coming from someone who doesn't even like racing games that much. So yeah, the fun factor is gonna get a 9.5 out of 10. Last but not least, we're going to be talking about the value for money. The game costs $60 on all platforms, and for the amount of time that you're going to be spending on it right now and later on when it gets the free additional content, I think it's great value for money. That's why I'm gonna give it an 8.5 out of 10. If you like the first The Crew game and you like the footage you've seen on this review so far, then you'll probably like The Crew too. And you know what? You should, because it's a great game. That's why I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. I hope you found this review useful, and also let me know what you think of this game in the comments down below, especially if you've played it. Special thanks to Ubisoft who provided me with a code, but yeah, that's gonna be it for this review. Don't forget to leave a like if you found it useful. It's been Hitman89. See you guys very soon.
Squad team, my brothers, I'm out here trying to run us. The rest of y'all trying to trump us, but it's hands up, no handouts, no stand-ins. I stand out. I built this bitch from the ground up. I got the plans out. This my house. I came in this bitch with a dream and a fist. Only people I trust is my team and my bitch. Every night it was Curry. Now I cannot miss. RIP to you haters, you will not be missed.